All right, welcome to EXP University, and today we are going to cover the basics of creative finance. Now, before we jump in, I want to introduce myself. My name is Ramon Casaus. I am the founder of Rock Real Estate Partners. I run a real estate sales team that has 3 locations across the Southwest in Phoenix, Denver, and Albuquerque. I've been fortunate enough to be partnered with EXP now for 4 years. We've done amazing things together. I'm also a content creator for the Broke Agent Media brand. So the infamous Instagram, The Broke Agent. I create content for that platform. And I'm also partnered with a pre-IPO real estate technology firm called Place that partners with top 1% real estate teams across the United States. So enough about me. Let's jump right in. Why are we talking about creative finance right now? Well, it's becoming increasingly more popular on social media, particularly. There's a lot of different people giving education, talking about all the different creative ways to buy real estate, and obviously that's piquing people's interest. Many new investors have entered the market because of the low barrier to entry that sometimes is presented with creative finance. Another reason, you may be receiving creative finance offers for your listings or on your listings. You may have an investor you're working with who wants to submit or wants to partake in creative finance style of transactions. And you may want to utilize creative finance offers and creative finance acquisition strategies for your own personal purchases and your own wealth building endeavors. And last but not least, which I think is one of the most important as agents who are here to serve and make sure that we always have the best interests of our clients, you will be able to provide more value to your clients when you are well versed in all types of financing, including creative financing. So just another tool in the tool belt. So what is creative finance? Like, what's the actual definition? What does that mean? Okay, so creative financing is a non-traditional way to purchase or finance a property. Now, non-traditional, we are used to traditional. Now, as an agent, traditional is going to be your FHA, your VA, your USDA, your conventional, and your cash buyers. That's about 90% of what we do as agents. It probably falls somewhere in those categories. So what creative finance does is it describes innovative ways to fund properties without using traditional methods. The goal is often to use as little of the buyer's own money as possible. Now, this isn't always the case with seller financing, but if you're wondering why so many people have gained interest so fast, is because a lot of times the marketing and the way it's proposed to a person who's learning about creative financing is that you don't need a lot of money to get started. So that's why I say that. Creative financing strategies can be used to help homeowners get out of challenging situations and help buyers obtain property in a unique way. Now, again, not for every buyer, not for every seller, not for every situation, but you are going to start running into, if not already, situations that either knowing or utilizing creative finance will benefit you and or your clients. So why is all this stuff important to know right now? Well, we just talked about it. You will likely run into situations where creative financing could make sense for your buyer or your seller. Having the ability to accurately explain how these types of deals work definitely separates you from the competition. And as time goes on, there will be more strategies that emerge or become relevant again. And so this is just more tools in the tool belt that allow you to offer better solutions for a variety of situations and clients. I think that as time goes on, this is a massive competitive advantage. And the creative financing strategies we're talking about today may not be the ones that we're talking about in the future. So getting up to speed on what's happening now and then staying up to speed, in my opinion, is what top tier real estate professionals are doing. So let's talk about the most popular creative finance strategies that are out there right now. Okay, so we got seller financing and we got subject to. Now, there are other creative finance strategies underneath the creative finance umbrella, but for this training, we're going to talk about the most common we're seeing right now. So, seller financing is also referred to sometimes as seller finance, seller carryback, seller carry, terms, real estate contract, owner financing, hold paper. Now, some of those are slang and some of those are jargon, but long story short, those are all the different ways that you might hear somebody talking about a seller financing style of transaction. Now, subject to on the flip side has some other terms that's used. So you have subject to, which can be referred to as assumption, sub to, or take over payments. Now, I will say this, cue the balloons. I will say this, assumption is a term you have to be careful with when talking about subject to, because assumption is a technical term we use when we have potentially a VA assumable loan or FHA assumable loan. That is an assumption deal, which is a whole different process than the subject to way of buying real estate that we're going to teach you. So again, these are just terms that you might hear, but these are the two most common seller financing and subject to creative finance strategies we are seeing right now. In our next presentation, we are going to dive deep into seller financing, how it actually works, and then we're also going to do the same thing with subject to. So stay tuned and go ahead and watch that next video.